Ladies and gentlemen, the following is another spectacular episode of the Wrestling Fans Podcast, Ringside Society. I'm your host, that ocean crossing, straight up bossing, flight catching, shot glass snatching. Where's he going next? Nobody knows. 4 continents down, 2 more to go. No cap, straight facts. The worldwide star boy, Remy Blue. But it's not about me. See, we have a special event today, and it's actually WrestleMania 42. So I was trying to look cool with the numbers and everything, you know. But we got WrestleMania 42, aka WrestleMania Vegas, starting off today, popping off today. 2 nights of WrestleMania. You gotta love it. And man, the card looks the night one's card is great. And what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna give our predictions for night one. So that's right. You got 2 nights of WrestleMania. You got 2 days of Ringside Society. So we're gonna do night one today. And joining us is a man that we all know too well, a guy I have history with, almost 21 years of friendship. Man, we had some wild days in Fort Lauderdale, man. Everybody, welcome to the show, Bobby Stryker. How you doing today?
Good man.
Awesome, awesome. How you feel about this card, bro? WrestleMania 42, night one.
I think this card's gonna be good. I think night two is more of my style because I think it's bigger matches. Because obviously Roman Reigns, CM Punk, and yeah. But tonight, I actually the match I'm looking forward to most is Seth Rollins and Gunther.
Yeah. We got a lot of great matches here, a lot of build up, and it's definitely going to be one to remember. Honestly speaking, I like this WrestleMania better than last year's one, man. Last year's one was like, yeah, we're
SummerSlam
just
was better than
there.
Mania last year.
Oh yeah, without a doubt, man, without a doubt. And hopefully I can make SummerSlam again this year. It's going to be in the Twin Cities, Minnesota. Summertime. I got to see how things look, but yeah, Vegas. I'm actually in Las Vegas right now, and I just gotta say, man, like the vibe here has been cool, better than last time. Dang it, maybe because I wasn't staying. I'm staying because maybe now I'm staying. I'm staying on the strip, but before I was like, in I was kind of off the strip. I was staying at the Rio, which is a nice hotel. So yeah, it's I'm kind of enjoying my stay this time better. But anyways, with that being said, we have 6 matches, well, 7 matches for night one. Night two is going to be 6 matches. It wouldn't surprise me if they put a seventh match there, though, just to even up the card. But with that being said, without further ado, we're actually going to go through the card. We're actually going to go through card. We're gonna go through the card for night one. For those of you that are listening and watching at home or wherever you're at, feel free to chime in. Feel free to let us know what your predictions are, and we will definitely do our best to highlight them. Just one thing that I gotta say. Unfortunately, for some reason, Instagram does not let us post. Does not let us post comments for some reason. I don't know why, but but what we'll do is if you comment or you give a prediction, we'll definitely shout it out over here as well. But for everybody else, and I think X, which is kind of giving us issues, we'll definitely try to we'll definitely we'll definitely try to shout you out as well. Sorry, I just lost my train of thought there. So, all right. So, WrestleMania 42 once again from Las Vegas. I'm gonna say this right now, and this is just my own personal opinion. It doesn't necessarily reflect the opinions of the rest of Ringside Society. Um, I gotta say, after this Las Vegas WrestleMania and after Saudi Arabia, I think they should definitely go back to New Orleans. Because I think it was very disrespectful that they actually announced it at WrestleMania 41 last year, And then all of a sudden, I had it in bright bold letters. I was there, and all of a sudden, you're like, "Yeah, nah,
We're
you
going back.
can't, yeah, like, yeah, nah, you can't, yeah, nah, we're gonna go to Las Vegas again, and then we're gonna go to Saudi Arabia afterwards." Which, in you know, I'm not really, if you know about Riyadh, if you know what's going on, you know what's going on. I'm not gonna delve into that because that's not about wrestling. That's a whole other top. That's a whole other topic about a whole other something else. But at the end, I know that business is business. I mean, they have a whole like 10-year contract with them, so I understand that. But I always say this: after Saudi Arabia, the next overseas WrestleMania should be in London. What do you think, Bobby?
London or Australia?
Beg your pardon?
London or Perth?
Ooh, Australia would be nice, but damn that. See, Australia would be nice, but just that people got to get up early to watch WrestleMania, bro. They'd have to get up really early because you got to remember too that Australia is like, I think, depending on what part you're in, I think it could either be 12 hours ahead of America, well, ahead of the East Coast, or
16 hours.
16 hours. Yeah, I don't know. So if it starts at like 8 over there in Perth, or like 6, you got to get up really early to watch it over in America. Me personally, I'm probably not going to do that. I mean, and then you have watch parties. It would be kind of hard. It would be kind of difficult. And then you got people with watch parties. I mean, if it starts at like, I don't know what the time is in Perth. But let's say it starts at like, let's say Perth is 12 hours ahead, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it starts at like, let's say today it's starting at what, 4 o'clock, 3 o'clock, right?
4 o'clock p.m.
Right.
Eastern.
So that means, yeah. So that means you got to get up at like, if no bar is going to have a watch party at 3 a.m. in the morning. At least they're not. They might start it, but they're going to cut it off because most bars close at like what, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, maybe 6. I'd say 4 o'clock to be safe.
Yeah.
So it would be kind of difficult, and I don't think anybody's going to spend money to watch a replay of WrestleMania. At least I wouldn't. Um, they're not going to pay their cable provider to watch a replay of wrestling. They want to see it live. I don't know. I mean, it'll be nice, but London would be better because London is only 5 hours ahead. So if it starts at like, let's say what, let's say 3 o'clock, right?
Yeah.
That means 3 o'clock. That means it's gonna start 10 o'clock over here in America,
Yeah.
well, on the East Coast. All right, and so that means, let's say WrestleMania is what, 6 hours. By 4 o'clock, it's over. You got the rest of the day. If you want to hit the club, go hit the club. Go pregame. You know,
Yeah.
don't pregame too much because you got WrestleMania night too.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're gonna get them 6 in the morning, you might not wait. You might miss part of night too. So yeah. But all right. So let's get into the card, man. A lot of great matches. So night one, we got 7 matches. Okay, so the first match we have is a 6-man tag team match, and it's going to be the Vision, which are the tag, which are well, man, they really dwindled in numbers. But it's going to be the tag team of Logan Paul and Austin Theory with ISO Speed and ISO Speed with Paul Heyman in their corner, the Oracle of Division, versus the Usos, Jey Uso and Jimmy Uso, and LA Knight. Yeah, Bobby, you got for this one, man.
I'm gonna go with Division ISO Speed because usually every year they do this. Whoever has celebrity on the team usually wins, but then something happens. The celebrity turns on them, or someone else comes out. But yeah, I'm gonna go with Division ISO Speed.
I'm on. You know what? Great minds think alike. I'm gonna go with Division and ISO Speed too, because we all know that LA Knight and Jimmy Uso, they're cool. But LA Knight and Jey Uso, I don't know, man. I don't know. There's still some old wounds there. So I don't think. I think it's going to be a 6-man. I think it's going to be a victory for the Vision, and I think Braun Breaker is going to return. Either Braun Breaker or Bronson Reed. One of them has to end up returning. They're going to end up returning. I got a gut feeling about it.
I think that would happen in that match though. That would happen more towards Seth Rollins match.
Yeah, but or maybe it'll happen for both. You never know.
Maybe.
Maybe it'll happen for both. All right. So the next match we have is an unsanctioned match. Woo! This one's going to be like John Cena said. It's going to be all over the place, like your favorite sneaker. For those of y'all who don't know, that was from his Bad Man track, which was wow. It's been 20 years since that actually came out. Woof. Yeah. We got Jacob Fatu versus the Celtic Warrior. No. He's not the Celtic. Oh, shoots. What is his? I keep forgetting these nicknames. They have so many nicknames. But we got Jacob Fatu versus Drew McIntyre. Who you got for this one, man?
I'm going with Jacob Fatu. I think it's gonna be a good match because I'm Shankston, so do all stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But after that promo, Jacob Fatu from SmackDown, I think he's gonna take it.
Yeah, honestly, I think Jacob Fatu is definitely going to take this. It's going to be all over the place. They might fight that. I got a feeling they're going to fight in the concession stands. They're going to fight all over. And both these men can brawl. This is going to be a crazy one.
And they can do whatever they want.
This match is going to be Jacob Fatu's biggest test.
Yeah.
But I think this is, you ever notice something, Bobby? And you've been watching wrestling probably as long as I have. There's always that match that propels that person to world champion, stardom, to world champion status.
If Jacob wins this, he's going to be going for a title next.
Yeah.
If he wins.
To me, I saw the same thing with, Shawn Michaels and Ric Flair. I saw the same thing. This was when he was one half of the Rockers. It was the same thing when I saw Triple H versus Sergeant Slaughter at In Your House Degeneration X back in 1997. Yeah, I think this is going to be the match that propels him to world champion, not world champion status, but world champion contention.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry, y'all. If I was my voice is kind of out. I was kind of like I was watching The Boys, and I was yeah. If you haven't watched the team The Boys, you know how great of a show that is, and I was kind of yelling at my screen. So if my voice is out, hey, my apologies. All right, the next match we have is a singles match for the Women's World Championship. It's going to be the defending champion, La Primera, Stephanie Bakir, versus Liv Morgan. Bobby, I know who you're going to choose, but I'm going to let you say what you're going to say anyways. I'm going to let you do it.
Liv Morgan.
I should have bet some Chick-fil-A on what you were going to say, man. I should have bet some Chick-fil-A.
And Roxanne's going to be in her corner too, so you know what that means.
Well, according to the card, I don't see her, but Liv has two women in her corner. I think this just might be it. Yeah, it wouldn't be surprising. I'm gonna go with Liv Morgan to get the win, though. She definitely deserves it, and this woman has worked hard, man. I'm just happy for her, and to see how far she's evolved, how much she's evolved. I'm gonna go with Liv Morgan to get the win. Stephanie Bakir, she still has time in her career. She'll be good, but I'm gonna see Liv Morgan taking this, unless Raquel actually costs her, because Raquel,
she cost Raquel twice.
They've kind of had that rift. So I'll tell you what: if Raquel costs Liv Morgan this championship tonight, it's a wrap for her being in the Judgment Day. She's gonna get kicked out, or Liv Morgan's gonna get kicked out.
I think Judgment Day is gonna fall apart.
Yeah, you know what? But you know what I noticed though, Bobby. I know you've watched New Japan Pro Wrestling. I know I know even though you haven't watched it a lot. Um, you've probably like seen how Bullet Club has been. Bullet Club has they always revolve members. They don't break up. If any two members are having issues, they kick them out. They bring them kind of like the Four Horsemen back in the '80s and the '90s. You
Yeah.
kick one member out, you bring a new one in. You kick another member out, you bring a new one in. And I like that for Judgment Day because there was a time when WWE was just having stables have like a 1 year run, or maybe maybe or barely a 1 year run, and then they would just dissolve that whole stable. I'm like, what are you doing? That's a waste of a stable, man. Like, work
Yeah.
with it, grow. Have its people grow. And then you know work on the character growth.
The only two
Yeah,
stables right now are Judgment Day and yes, right?
yeah, Judgment Day and the MTFs or the MFTs.
Yeah. That's it.
Um, I'd say Blood. They were more like, I guess maybe they were more of an offshoot. I guess you could say that MFTs were kind of weird because you can't really call them the Bloodline, but at the same time you can't really call them a spinoff because it was like you had like the Tongaloa, who was part of the Bloodline, and then no, I guess you could say they were a spinoff because when Roman lost, I believe Jimmy was still there, and then he got attacked by Tonga, kicked out, and then there was just two of them, and then Tongaloa joined. Yeah, it's yeah, I guess you can call him. Yeah, I guess I'll call him a spinoff. That's a spinoff. But yeah, I'm gonna go with Liv Morgan, to become the new champion, the new women's world champion.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so the next match we have is this one's gonna be another hot one. A singles match for the WWE Women's Intercontinental Championship, and we have the defending champion AJ Lee versus the man Becky Lynch. Man,
Yeah, man.
no, the reason why I'm saying man, because Bobby, like I said, and for those of you watching, these are two women that have helped women's wrestling in WWE immensely. Because AJ Lee, in my opinion, was a revolutionary when it came to women's wrestling in WWE. She was one of two revolutionaries. Her and of course the newly re-signed Welcome Back Home Paige. Well, Welcome Back Home Paige. That didn't come out too right, but yeah, um, two of them were actually the ones that changed the game for pro wrestling. They were the ones that were like, "Hey, you don't have to be a bikini model, or you don't have to be a model, to make it or to make it in WWE. You don't have to be like out of a modeling catalog, to be great at pro wrestling in WWE. You could be a woman who dresses in goth attire and be successful and be over with the fans. You could be a woman who wears, Converses and Converse shoes and Daisy Dukes in a t-shirt and be over with the fans. And be like a tomboy and be over with the fans. You don't have to be, a swimsuit model or anything. And to me, they changed that. Granted, yeah, the Bellas did too when they actually were saying give divas a chance. But Paige and AJ Lee, they just switched that whole thing up, and I like that.
Paige retired. Paige retired AJ Lee.
I beg pardon?
Paige is the one that retired AJ Lee.
Yeah, but you can't deny that AJ Lee was pretty, and she stepped again. I would never forget that promo she cut on Nikki Bella when she said, "What was it? Talent is, I guess you could, is generation." And I might have gotten it wrong because it was like 11 years ago, 12 years ago. My mind doesn't work too right at times. But she said, "Talent is not you get talent is generational. You don't get it through I think they said she said something like intimacy or something like that. Because at the time, Nikki Bella was dating John Cena, and that's what she was. That's what she was like insinuating that AJ that Nikki Bella,
Bell tougher because she beat John Cena at the time.
yeah, is hoping that talent, John Cena's talent would she'd get some of John Cena's talent because she's dating him. But and then of course there was Becky Lynch who kept that momentum going, who kept that who kept on keeping on, and one of the biggest stars in pro wrestling. And yeah, this just amazing to see. Bobby, but who you got for this one, man?
Um, well, let's see. Becky never lost to WrestleMania. I don't think she has at least. But I think AJ is going to take this one. I don't know why, but I
Okay,
think Becky should win, but I think AJ is going to take it.
okay. Uh, Honestly, I think AJ Lee's going to retain. I don't see her losing anytime soon. I think AJ Lee's going to retain this championship.
Yeah, I can't see AJ being the women's champion, but this title I think they should keep for a while.
But if she does lose, if she loses, I hope that she actually ends up, doing something better. Maybe going after the tag team champ. Because it'd be nice to see her win a tag team championship. It would be nice to see her get to hold one of the newer titles. Because remember, she only held the Divas Championship.
Well, maybe she would team with Paige. Paige decides to wrestle again. Who knows?
Bro, I would be all for that. And we're gonna talk about Paige later on too, because they got some rumors I'm seeing, and I don't only believe dirt
Yeah,
sheets.
I don't
But
know what she's coming or what she's doing, but she's with WWE again.
as a matter of fact, we said later. Actually, we're gonna talk about that now. So the next match we have, speaking of Paige, is a fatal 4-way tag team match for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship, and it's gonna be the defending champions, the Irresistible Forces, which are the tag team of Nia Jax and Lash Legend, versus Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss, versus Bailey and Lyra Valkyria, versus the Bella Twins, Brie Bella and Nikki Bella. Bobby, who you got for this one, man?
Um, my girl is Alexa Bliss, but I'm
I
a,
know,
I would
I
really like
know.
I would really like to see the Bellatons win it. I think they should have one more run before they both retire officially. I would really like the Bellas to win, so I'm going to go with the Bellas.
I'm convinced you are definitely one of my best friends, man. Because the fact that you just said that, like, great minds think of, I'm thinking the same thing too. Like, I'm picking the Bella Twins, and I want them to win because they deserve it. Yeah, I know a lot of people have been like, "Oh, we're sick of them," da 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 da. But I've always said that they put in the work. They definitely deserve it.
Yeah, the other
So
girls are in their 30s. They have time.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, they do. They definitely do. So I'm hoping that
And it's not Vince anymore, so they're going to keep the girl with the. It's not Vince's decision where he keeps the same girl champion over and over.
yeah. Hey, Bram, how's it going? Thank you for joining us. Um, I don't know if you know we're doing WrestleMania predictions, so if you want to give your own opinions as well, your own predictions, um, feel free to do so. We definitely welcome it. All right, so I'm gonna go with the Bellas, but from what I heard is that apparently um Nikki Bella is dealing with an injury.
So
Rumors
Paige will take her place.
and what people have been saying is that Paige may take her place, which I don't want because
That doesn't
um
make sense.
like I said, it's either the Bella Twins or not, or they don't win. And if they don't win, I'd rather Alexa Bliss and Charlotte win this, but or the Irresistible Forces just retain.
Same way.
I mean, Bailey and Lyra Valkyria are good, but
They're not that
to
good.
me, I'd rather Lyra Valkyria and Tatum Paxley, whenever she gets called up, win those tag team championships.
Yeah.
But I I would say from what I heard, because I think it's the ankle injury she's dealing with. And from rumor has it she hasn't been cleared. But like I said, I'm the kind of person I don't believe it until I see it because dirt sheets will say one thing and then like no 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 no, it's actually this.
Yes.
So until I see Nikki Bella at WrestleMania not appear or she's on crutches and she says I can't make it, but so and so Paige or whoever else will be replacing me. That's when I'll be like okay, you know, it's confirmed. But other than that, I'm just gonna wait and see. And that's another thing.
Honestly, I wouldn't mind seeing Paige as Brie Bella as champions either, though.
Wait, pardon?
Brie Bella and Paige, but I wouldn't mind seeing them as champions either. I just want the girls that don't have a lot of time left to be champions. I think they deserve one more run before they retire.
Yeah, yeah. And like I said, to me it would be great. I think for some crazy enough, I think it would give it legitimacy as well. But yeah, they definitely deserve it, man. They definitely, yeah. And you're right. The other girls have time. I mean, they do. But I gotta say, kudos to the Irresistible Forces. Like they actually this is how a tag team looks. Not just matching gear, but you also have a cool tag team name. So far, what I've seen with the women's tag team championships is just two women together. They don't have no cool nickname. They don't have back in the day you had the jumping bomb majors, you had the glamour girls. Like now you just have two women that are strung together and like, oh yeah, this is a new tag team. Okay, do they have a name? No, but they're just a tag team. Like, okay. But yeah, I'm yeah, definitely hoping the Bella Twins win this, man. If not the Bella Twins, I hope it's either Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair or the Irresistible Forces retain. All right, so the next match we have is a singles match. I really don't care for this one because to me it was last minute and I get it, but like there's just no backstory to it, man. Like there's just nothing to it. But it's going to be Seth Rollins, the visionary, the revolutionary Seth freaking Rollins versus the Ring General or General. I don't know I forgot how you pronounce it. Gunther. Who you got for this one, Bobby?
I'm gonna go with Seth Rollins. I don't think he's gonna lose his first match back after
Hmm.
taking 6 months off. But it is Gunther, and Gunther's been destroying everybody. But there's something happened with Paul Heyman because remember Gunther said that Paul Heyman owes him more than a thank you. So that might play into part two. So I
But
don't
my
know.
thing, but my thing is this: is Gunther a part of the vision now, or is he just a gun for hire? Is he just
I think he's just for hire. I don't think he's part of the division.
yeah?
When Boston Ring and Bob Baker come back, what is he going to be his part in that? That's too many powerhouses in one team.
In all honesty, it wouldn't be bad though. I mean, it wouldn't be bad if um Gunther actually joined them. But although you're gonna have five people there, so that means somebody's if they were
Somebody's
to do
not
a
going to
whole
have a championship. Yeah,
yeah, one guy's not gonna have a championship if they do a whole takeover. So yeah, he might just be a guy. He might just be, and from what I'm seeing on the card, it's not like Paul Heyman. It doesn't say Paul Heyman in his corner, so it might just be one of those matches where, they just put it together and nothing much behind it. Just two guys battling it out. But we got
well, Seth
jumping Jeff.
the what Paul Heyman didn't ask got to help him. He just came out.
Oh, okay.
Remember?
Well, we'll see how this goes. I don't
Yeah,
want to. I try not to say it's a throwaway match, but honestly, I don't really care for it. But who knows? I said the same thing about John Cena and AJ Styles, and look how great that match was.
yeah.
It was definitely a memorable one. So yeah, maybe we'll get shocked. Jumping Jeff Farmer, thank you for joining us. Viva la raza, yes, man. And You're saying whoop that trick? Yeah, yeah. So that match is gonna be it's gonna be tomorrow. We're gonna talk about that match tomorrow. Make sure you join us at 11 a.m. once again, and we'll talk and we'll definitely talk about that match. Um, but yeah, all right. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Seth Rollins too, and I don't see him losing that soon. But I know this is gonna be a hell of a fight. You know, this is not one of those guys that Gunther is retiring. This is a man that pretty much has a couple more years on his in his career. So I got a feeling Gunther gonna learn today to mind his own business. So I'm gonna go with Seth Rollins. All right, so we have the last match of night one, the main event, and it's gonna be a singles match for the undisputed WWE Championship. Hold on, we have a prediction here from Jumping Jeff Farmer. Jumping Jeff Farmer, are you a wrestler? I don't know. You look like a wrestler, but Jumping Jeff Farmer is saying, I think Seth versus Gunther will be a DQ finish. You just might be right. That wouldn't hurt anybody. It wouldn't hurt Seth's return, and it wouldn't hurt Gunther's momentum that he's been building recently. So, yeah, that would be kind of cool too. But who's going to get DQ? That is the question.
Here's the thing: the Gunther don't get disqualified.
Yeah.
I never seen him get disqualified. He always wins clean if he wins. He doesn't cheat.
Jeff Farmer, you are a wrestler? Okay, well, tell you what. I don't know if you know, but Ringside Society is the Wrestling Fans Podcast. We also interview wrestlers, promoters, managers, referees, ring announcers, pretty much the men and women, not just pro wrestlers, who are the focal point of the wheel of pro wrestling, but men and women, the men and women who help make that wheel turn. So if you are a wrestler, by all means, after we are done here, after we say our cool outro, DM us on Instagram at Ringside Society. And let's talk about having you on the show. We'd like to hear from you. And if you're in a tag team, tell your tag team partner, because we also interview tag teams as well too. All right, so the OU Wrestling Texas, that's a great state. It's a great scene out there. A lot of great superstars have came from Texas, not just have started in Texas, not just the Von Erichs, but Shawn Michaels, Roxanne Perez, Ren Sinclair, Stone Cold Steve Austin,
Booker T.
They've all started from there. So yeah, shout out to the great folks in Texas. All right, so we have main event now, singles match for the undisputed WWE Championship, and it's gonna be the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, versus the Apex Predator, the Viper, Randy Orton. And now Cody Rhodes is the defending champion. Of course, if he loses, he is going to lose the championship. But there's another stipulation in this match. If Orton loses, McAfee will leave the professional wrestling industry permanently. This is going to be interesting. Bobby, who you got for this one, man?
I'm gonna go with Cody Rhodes winning. I want Randy to win, but I don't see him winning right now. Maybe down the line, maybe a backlash, but I think Cody's gonna get one more Mania before he loses the championship.
Okay. So you're going with
Cody Rhodes.
Cody Rhodes. Didn't you used to say something back in there? Was it Cody Rhodes?
Back in the day when he was in Legacy.
Yeah. Now you like him. Yeah, I know. Yeah.
I don't like him. I just don't think he's.
No. You don't like him.
I just think he doesn't suck anymore. That's what I said. I'm not a Cody Rhodes fan. I think he's talented now. Back when he had the brown hair and Stardust and all that nonsense, no.
So for those of y'all that don't know, when Cody Rhodes first started, Bobby was like, Cody Rhodes sucks. I'm like, Bobby, you cannot judge the man
He
off the
was.
start of his
You think
career.
he was good when he started?
He wasn't, but I knew he had potential. I knew he would have been a star. I knew
Eventually,
he would have been a star. If he,
eventually, just
yeah.
like Dominic Mysterio, he was terrible now, and now he's getting better.
I always thought Dominic Mysterio, who we'll talk about tomorrow on night two. I've always said Dominic Mysterio. When you see Dominic Mysterio, you're seeing Cody Rhodes all over again.
I think so.
I know
I think
different
he's always better than Cody Rhodes.
different
Not
wrestling
not
stuff.
now, but like at the age they're at, yeah.
Yeah, the Dominic Mysterio we're seeing now is, I would say, Rhodes Scholar, Stardust Cody Rhodes. That's who we're seeing right now. So he's almost there, I would
Yeah,
say.
I think he's at the dashing Cody Rhodes age, honestly.
Yeah, you know what? You're right. You're right. Dashing. I'd say dashing. No. That was dashing was when he was trying to be hard. What was when dashing? Okay, so dashing Cody Rhodes mirrors wannabe thug Dominic Mysterio, who used to say, "I went to prison when he was only in holding for like couple hours, and he's trying to build up like he's some badass prisoner." That's what we're seeing.
Do you think undashing Cody Rhodes?
I would say he's between he's now in that transition of um remember Cody Rhodes with the mask when his face got injured?
Yeah,
Mask Cody Rhodes and Rhodes Scholar Cody Rhodes. That's what I'd say he's at right now.
yeah.
So
And
I'd give him like a year or two, and he's gonna be. But I'll say, you know what? I'm gonna say this right now. But you know what? I'm gonna leave that for tomorrow. I'm not gonna get into that match right now.
have mess
I was gonna
tomorrow.
say something, but I'm gonna give night two its time. I'm not gonna do night two. We're not gonna do night two for that.
Yeah,
But but trust me when I say I've always said Dominic Mysterio is like watching Cody Rhodes again, and he's gonna be just as huge, just as big as Cody Rhodes in terms of superstardom. Just wait and see. Um, I'm a man. Teacher versus mentor. Randy Orton versus no. Teacher versus student. Randy Orton versus Cody Rhodes. I know Cody Rhodes learned a lot from Randy Orton, and it's funny how 18 years ago, almost 19 years ago, these two men had it out on Raw. I'll never forget that first match they had. Obviously, Randy Orton win because by that time he was a former world champion, but Cody Rhodes still showed heart, and then eventually they would actually, form legacy. And you know something about Cody? Cody showed that he was no slouch. Cody showed that he's a guy that doesn't take any lefts. You know, like remember when Randy Orton slapped him?
yeah.
Randy Orton slapped him twice. And then all of a sudden Cody Rhodes comes back one night on Raw. Randy Orton's you know, Randy Orton. I think the second time Randy Orton slapped him, he had his hand in a sling, and then when he got medically cleared, he came back. And I think what was it? Oh, Randy Orton took Ted DiBiase out, Ted DiBiase Jr. out, and I think Cody Rhodes had finally won him. This is when Cody Rhodes his first heel turn, and this is when he I think he won some match or something, and he came back and he slapped Randy Orton. And Randy Orton was kind of like pissed about like Cody Rhodes is not one. He does not play, man. He showed a lot of heart with. He's showing a lot of heart with Randy. And you know what? You know what? Against my better judgment, I got a feeling that Randy Orton is gonna win this. I have a feeling Randy Orton's gonna win this, and I'm gonna be brave, and I'm gonna say that even though Randy Orton has Pat McAfee in his corner, I have a feeling Ted DiBiase Jr. is gonna get involved. I have a gut feeling about that. Ted DiBiase is actually in Las Vegas.
Is
He's
he
at
signed?
WrestleCon.
Is he signed though?
I don't know, but you and I both know that if WWE wants, they could keep this a secret.
Well, W, a lot of the, I see Wrestle after Wrestle, the Raw after
And
me is when
and
people
you
return.
and you and I both know that it could be on a paper appearance type deal,
Like one time
you
thing.
know, or they could pay him for now and then announce the next day that he signed a WWE.
Like they
You
did
know,
with Kelly in the Rumble.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know, now these days, they could just have him show up at a place and sign in private and then announce it later on. It's
Yeah.
possible. And I mean, he no longer has that legal thing going on. So hey, it would be nice. I always thought Ted DiBiase Jr. had talent. It was just he just needed the right people to work with him and help his character grow. And the main problem with him was that they were trying to make him be more like his father. When even his father said he want Ted DiBiase Jr. to do his own thing because he wouldn't want it to be an extension of him. So and that's one of the hard things about being a second generation wrestler is getting out of your parents' shadow and
Yeah.
doing your own thing. It's definitely difficult from what I've seen. Yeah. All right, so that's the match. I mean that's the whole card right there. Um, it's going to be a great night one, man. That's what I see. I'm looking at night two. Night two is pretty decent.
You think
There's
we're
like one.
you think
There's
we're
one.
you think we're
I'm
still
not gonna get into it, but there's one match in there I don't care for. But we're gonna talk about that tomorrow. But yeah. So Bobby, any final predictions?
nothing. Do you think we're going to see an Undertaker appearance or no?
We might. You never know. But we're gonna see John Cena, or will we see John Cena? Because remember, we're not supposed to be able to see him.
Well, he says yeah. Yeah, I don't think anything big's going to happen. It maybe page return, but that's it.
Yeah.
Because I know most of the returns happen on the Raw after Mania, so
Yeah. Yep.
that is.
But yeah, that's pretty much that. That's pretty much the card. So final predictions I might have. In regards to the fatal four-way tag team match for the women's tag team championship, I think if Charlotte Flair and Alexa don't win, I think we're going to see the beginning of a rivalry between those two because Alexa Bliss has never beaten Charlotte Flair. She's beaten all the other four horsewomen. She's beaten Bayley. She's beaten Sasha Banks. She's beaten Becky Lynch. She has never beaten Charlotte Flair. She never beat her. She never beat Charlotte Flair when she was Alexa Bliss. When Alexa Bliss was the goddess, she never beat Charlotte Flair. When Alexa Bliss was a member of the Wyatt family, she never beat Charlotte Flair. She has never gotten a pin on her or a submission. So if they did not win tonight, which I don't think is going to happen, we're going to see that rivalry start between the two of them, and it's going to be something to watch. And I think when they do wrestle, she's definitely gonna get that win over Charlotte Flair. This might be a SummerSlam match.
Well, she changed Charlotte into like a good girl now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
I hate to see Charlotte Flair.
I like this for Charlotte Flair.
Yeah,
I like her style too. Hey, them Flairs, man, they have style, man. Her dad, they have style, man. They definitely have style. But yeah, that's the only general prediction I have on, and of course Ted DiBiase Jr. I'm gonna be brave and say DiBiase Jr. is gonna end up getting involved. I mean, it
I
would always
I
it would
I
always
don't
seem
think that's
fitting.
going to happen though. I don't see that happening. I just don't see it.
And we're gonna get back another member. We're gonna get a member of the Vision. Another one of either Braun Breaker or Braun Series is gonna make their return. That's what I think is gonna happen.
Yeah, the
They're,
dirt
they're
sheets
gonna,
say that Braun Breaker is clear, so
Beg pardon?
the dirt sheets say Braun Breaker is clear, so
Yeah.
I don't know. You can't know what's going to happen. W changes things daily, so
Oh yeah.
see what happens tonight.
Oh yeah. But I'm looking forward to it. I'm actually excited. So with that being said, that's our show. It's about that time for us to shut this show down. My eyelids are well. I'm not sleepy, but it's a nice day outside. My stomach is rumbling. That means it's time for lunch and to see what's going on.
Hey,
But
before
before,
you get the outro, what time are we doing this tomorrow?
probably 11 or either 11 or 10.
Okay.
It's definitely gonna be before 12 because I got some things I want to do. So I'm gonna like just head out and
Okay.
so I'll probably yeah. So because I think I want to check out WWE World because I haven't gotten my WrestleMania 42 shirt now. Um, but yeah, I think I'm definitely gonna do that, and I think I want to check out WrestleCon. 'Cause I know WrestleCon has a couple people, interesting people there that I might want to see. I don't know. I might go to WrestleCon, I might not. I mean,
Okay.
it depends on how I feel. You know, I do things a lot of things by ear at the ear these days. But
Yeah.
yeah, probably it's either gonna be 10 or 11. But we'll let y'all know. We will definitely let y'all know. But with that being said, before I partake in the activities that I mentioned, Bobby, once again, thank you very much for taking time out of your schedule to be on our show. Really, truly appreciate it. Where can fans find you on social media when they want to, talk wrestling and all that good stuff?
Bobby Stryker on Twitch TV, and W Fan 1028 on Twitter.
Awesome, y'all. Make sure you follow him, man. He's really cool, man. But yeah, hey, if you want to follow me on social media, um, not that I say a lot of cool things, but I do go to a lot of cool places. You can definitely find me on Twitter and Instagram and TikTok at the Remy Blue, on Blue Sky at remyblue.bsky.social, and I'm also on Facebook as you guessed it, Remy Blue. You can find me on there. Our podcast is also on social media. We're on Twitter, Instagram, and Blue Sky at Ringside Society. Twitch at Ringside Society 2019. We're on Facebook as a Facebook group. We're also on Spotify. And we're also on Teespring, where you can buy our official Ringside Society merchandise. We have T-shirts, we have hoodies, we have coffee mugs, we have a couple cool designs. We have more coming soon. Look out for our in your city series. We have our Big Easy Living merch out, which is pretty much the colors of Louisiana or the colors of Mardi Gras. Shout out to our Louisiana listeners. Shout out to Kathy Knight, who's actually from Louisiana. Um, we have that. That's the start of that collection. So look out for more. Maybe you'll see your city in there. But yeah, check us out. Cop some merch. All proceeds go back into keeping our show afloat. And last but not least, we have a YouTube channel where you can see great episodes like this one, like our most recent episode with the ever so talented De La Vega out of Georgia. Very talented guy, great artist. Um, Definitely check out that interview. You can see all those interviews on YouTube, and to see them, it's really simple. It's not even rockets. It's not rocket science. Not even pre-algebra. Just go on YouTube, type in Ringside Society. I mean, you see that really good looking dark blue and light blue yin yang sound with the blue fins around it. That's when you know it's us. So make sure you subscribe to all our videos because we got a lot of cool stuff coming up, and you don't want to miss a thing, like Aerosmith in 1998. Well, with that being said, we just want to thank everybody. We just want to thank everybody for listening in tonight. Well, today, really and truly appreciate it. We strive on being one of the best wrestling podcasts a wrestling fan could, should, and would listen to, and we're not going to stop, doing that. To those y'all that are going to listen later on, we get a chance. Thank you very much in advance. And those y'all that hate us, can't stand us, really and truly wish we'd go away. Well, like myself at Golden Corral, we're not going anywhere for a while. With that being said, we just want to let everybody know that we're very well and aware. We see it that everybody and their grandparents and their parents have a podcast. But we're not your grandparents' podcast. We're not your parents' podcast. As a matter of fact, we're not just any podcast. So with that being said, right now, we're gonna say it right now. One time for the mind, one time for the people, one time for the wrestling culture, and one time for WrestleMania 42 night one. We're the Wrestling Fans Podcast, Ringside Society, and we'll be back tomorrow to cover WrestleMania Night 2. That's right. We're gonna talk about night 2. But until then, we just got 4 favors. Stay safe, stay healthy, be excellent to each other, and enjoy wrestling. We out. Peace.